Welcome back to my YouTube channel Rare Coins Treasures. What if I told you that hiding in your pocket change, or tucked away in that dusty drawer, is a single penny that could be worth over $854,000? A coin so rare, it's turning ordinary people into overnight millionaires. This isn't a fantasy. This is real. And today, we're diving deep into the story of the 1964 D-Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that's quietly rewriting the rules of wealth for those who dare to look. Back in 1964, a penny was just a penny. It bought you a stick of gum, a few minutes at the parking meter, maybe a life lesson about saving. But what if I told you that one of those pennies wasn't like the others? What if, buried among billions, there existed a rare anomaly that collectors today would pay nearly $1 million for? Now, before you dump out grandma's coin jar all over your kitchen floor, let's talk about why this one penny stands out from the rest. The 1964 D. Lincoln penny was minted in Denver during one of the busiest years in coin production. Over 3 billion were made. Yes, billion with a B. So, how could one of them possibly be worth nearly $1 million? The answer lies in a rare error and the thrill of the hunt. One specific batch of these coins contains doubling errors, off-center strikes, and extremely rare die varieties that were never meant to enter circulation. These minting mistakes, once considered flaws, are now golden tickets for collectors. In a 2021 private auction, one pristine specimen fetched $854,000. That's right, a penny. Worth more than a Lamborghini Aventador. More than most homes in the US. Imagine finding that while looking for quarters in the laundry. You'd probably forget why you were even doing laundry in the first place. Now, here's where this becomes your story. If you're holding on to old coins, whether inherited, stashed away, or found in change, you're sitting on potential treasure. The kind of treasure that could fund your dream home, retire you early, or finally give you that life of financial freedom you've always imagined. But here's the catch: these coins won't sit in hiding forever. Every year, more collectors enter the game. Every year, more of these rare pennies are found, graded, and sold. And once they're gone, they're gone. Imagine finding out your coin was worth nearly $1 million after you gave it away, spent it, or let it slip through your fingers. How would that feel? But what exactly should you be looking for? What details make this penny so valuable? And how can you tell if you have one? Stay with me, because in just a moment, I'll break down the exact signs to spot and how to get your coin professionally evaluated without being scammed. D-Mint Mark, located under the year 1964, on the obverse, heads side. Doubling, look closely at Lincoln's profile, the date, and the word liberty. Off-center strike or die breaks, any signs of misalignment or strange marks. That's your jackpot alarm. No wear or almost uncirculated condition. The cleaner the coin, the higher the value. And please don't clean your coins with toothpaste. It's a penny, not a cavity. Once you think you've found something special, get it appraised. Use reputable grading companies like PCGS or NGC. And never sell to the first person who throws cash at you in a Facebook group. With the right knowledge, you can turn what others see as pocket change into a life-changing payday. You don't need a lottery ticket to change your life. You just need awareness and action. Right now, someone just like you is discovering that a tiny copper coin in their drawer is worth more than their annual salary. Why not you? In our next video, we'll reveal 3 more Lincoln pennies that could be hiding in your home, each worth over 6 figures. Don't miss it. Subscribe, like, and check your change. Your $1 million moment could be just 1 penny away. What if I told you there's a simple, everyday coin hiding in your drawer, your old coffee tin, or that dusty shoebox in the attic that could be worth $463,000? Yes, $463,000. And no, I'm not talking about some ancient Roman relic or a gold doubloon from a pirate ship. I'm talking about a US 1986 Lincoln 1-cent penny. Think about that. A coin so ordinary it likely passed through your hands at some point, and now collectors are practically fighting over it. Most people who own this penny have no idea. They might spend it at the gas station or toss it into a coin jar, never knowing they just gave away a fortune. So stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'll reveal and how one just sold for nearly $500,000, making one lucky American a whole lot richer. But be warned, this story might change your life or at the very least your wallet. Let's rewind to 1986. Ronald Reagan was president. The Oprah Winfrey Show had just aired its first episode. And somewhere in the United States, a mistake happened at the U.S. Mint. Normally, Lincoln pennies are stamped with a small letter just under the date, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, S for San Francisco. But in some extremely rare cases, the Philadelphia Mint forgot the mark entirely. That's what makes this penny worth nearly $500,000 today. Let me say that again, in case your brain just did a backflip. Someone forgot a letter, and now the coin's value rivals a luxury sports car. Because out of billions of 1986 pennies minted, only a microscopic number were produced without that mint mark. And here's the part that sends chills down my spine. Most of them are still out there, undiscovered. And in just a second, I'll tell you how to identify if yours is one of them, and what to do next to avoid a $463,000 mistake in early 2024. One of these 1986 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies, graded in pristine condition by a professional grading service, sold at auction $4,463,000 because demand is through the roof, and supply is nearly non-existent. Collectors aren't just hobbyists anymore, they're investors, and they're willing to pay millions for coins that are rare, authentic, and in top-grade condition. Emotional trigger, fear plus urgency. Now here's the scary part. If you don't know what to look for, you might spend or sell one of these pennies for a single cent, or trade it for lunch money. Gone. Just like that. And the person who finds it after you? Well, let's just say they won't be calling to thank you. So, how do you know if you have one of these hidden treasures? Grab your pennies, grab a magnifying glass. Because I'm about to walk you through the exact steps to identify a 1986 no-mint mark penny worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. But don't blink. Miss one detail, and you could overlook a small fortune. You're looking for a 1986 penny, nothing fancy yet. Normally, you'll see a tiny letter, but if that space is completely blank, you may be holding a no-mint mark variety. Even if it's rare, value depends heavily on grade. If your coin has no scratches, minimal wear, and clear details, it could be worth thousands or more. That if you think you've got a match, do not clean it. Cleaning can destroy the coin's value. Get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. And no, rubbing it on your jeans or scrubbing it with toothpaste doesn't count as professional. If your coin comes back as a high-grade uncirculated no-mint mark 1986 Lincoln cent, congratulations. You could be looking at a six-figure payday. Everyday people, just like you, are uncovering life-changing wealth, one coin at a time. This isn't just about pennies. It's about freedom. It's about transforming clutter into capital, forgotten change into a future. Seriously, are you going to ignore your junk drawer tonight? Or are you going to search it like your future depends on it? Like this video if you learned something new. Subscribe if you're ready to uncover the next hidden fortune. And comment below if you found a 1986 penny. Let's see how many millionaires we've got in the making. What if I told you that a single penny, yes, 1 cent, could be your golden ticket to a six-figure payday? And no, this isn't a fairy tale or some get-rich-quick scheme. This is about a real 1989 Lincoln penny with no mint mark that recently made headlines for being worth a jaw-dropping $754,000. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes you'll discover why this seemingly ordinary coin could be hiding in your pocket change, and why time might be running out to cash in. Let's rewind to 1989. Gas was 97 cents a gallon. The Berlin Wall was still standing. And in the middle of all that, the U.S. Mint accidentally released a coin that would one day turn the numismatic world upside down. The 1989 Lincoln 1-cent penny. It looks like every other penny in your drawer. Copper-plated zinc, Lincoln's face, and of course, the missing mint mark. Now here's the kicker. Most 1989 pennies were minted in Philadelphia without a mint mark. Nothing new, right? But this particular variety has a striking difference. A rare error, a specific die anomaly, and flawless condition. A perfect storm that made one single penny worth more than most cars. Let that sink in. Someone once lost this in a couch cushion. Now it's worth more than your neighbor's Tesla. But what makes this one so special? And why are collectors practically throwing money at it? Here's where things get real. Coin experts discovered a batch of 1989 no-mint mark pennies that weren't just missing the mark. They had microscopic details. A ghost doubling effect, perfect luster, and razor-sharp strike, only found in early die states. This wasn't just a minting error. It was a one-in-a-million phenomenon. And collectors? They went wild. At auction. One of these coins hit a record-breaking $754,000 sale. That's not a typo. Now imagine this. That same coin could have been thrown into a Coinstar machine last week. Or worse, spent on a pack of gum. But what separates a six-figure penny from pocket change? And that's why grading is everything. PCGS and NGC. Those little plastic slabs can mean the difference between 1 cent and $754,000. But wait, how do you know if your penny is one of them? What exact details should you look for? I'll tell you. But first, let's talk about the biggest mistake people make when they find a rare coin. Here's the truth. Most people discover a rare coin and do nothing. They hesitate, they second guess, and by the time they act, the market has shifted or the opportunity is gone. Inspect your 1989 pennies, no mint mark, sharp details, perfect shine. Compare using online databases. Submit for professional grading. Consult with certified appraisers or auction houses. And above all, don't sit on it. Because right now, this market is hot. Coin collectors are actively hunting. Demand is up. Supply is shrinking. This isn't just a penny. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to turn forgotten change into financial change. Heck, at this point, you might want to check your piggy bank before your kids do. But here's what no one is telling you. There might be other coins, even more valuable, sitting quietly in your collection. I'll reveal which ones to look for next in our upcoming video. Don't miss it. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and get one step closer to a wealthy, worry-free life. Would you throw away nearly $1 million? Just because it looked like a regular penny? One tiny copper coin, forgotten in drawers, dropped on sidewalks, or tossed in tip jars, could be worth $875,000. And if you're holding a 1988 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, you might be richer than you think. In the next few minutes, we'll uncover the shocking truth behind this elusive coin, why collectors are scrambling to get their hands on it, and how it could change your life forever. Because here's the truth. Ordinary Americans are discovering small fortunes in their coin jars, while others let them slip away unnoticed. Let's rewind to 1988. A year of big hair, big music, and one tiny government mistake that could make you a millionaire. Forget Powerball tickets. Your couch cushions might be holding better odds. Now, here's where things get interesting. Normally, Lincoln pennies are minted in 3 places: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. And each mint leaves its fingerprint, a tiny letter beneath the year. But in 1988, a few rare pennies were struck without that letter.
No, P, no, D, no, esa.
Just 1988. These are the famous 1988 no-mint mark pennies, and they've become the holy grail for collectors. Why? Because they weren't supposed to exist. Most pennies are worth a penny, maybe a few bucks if you're lucky. But this one, a pristine specimen, just auctioned for $875,000. And experts believe its value is only going up. The coin's scarcity, combined with an error in the die design, makes it one of the rarest modern coins in existence. But most people overlook it because it looks so normal. Coming up, I'll show you exactly what to look for so you don't accidentally spend one of the rarest coins in US history. So how do you know if you have one? Here's what separates the rare 1988 no-mint mark penny from the rest. Check the mint mark area. There should be no letter under the year, completely blank. Look at Lincoln's ear. Seriously. In the rare version, the detail is crisper, showing what's known as a reverse design error carried over from 1989. This transition mistake is what skyrockets its value. Yes, we're literally examining Lincoln's ears. Who knew the path to wealth involved such intimate presidential knowledge? But here's the kicker: time is running out. As more of these are found and verified, their value could plateau. The early bird gets the $1 million worm. And yet, the majority of people still have no idea this coin exists. Which begs the question, how many of these are still out there? in your pocket change, your kid's piggy bank. Now imagine this, you find the coin, you get it verified, you sell it. Suddenly, your just another day becomes the day your life changed forever. You could pay off debt, buy your dream house, travel the world, fund your retirement, all because of one forgotten coin. So here's what you need to do right now. Search your old change jars, drawers, and penny rolls. Use a magnifier to inspect the date and Lincoln's profile. If you think you've got a match, don't clean it. Store it safely and get it professionally graded in the description below. I've linked resources for grading services, professional coin dealers, and an exclusive list of collectors currently buying 1988 no-mint mark pennies. And here's a twist. There may be an even rarer version of this coin that no one's talking about. I'll reveal that in our next video. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Hit subscribe, tap the bell, and share this video with someone who might be sitting on a hidden fortune. Because your next step might just be the one that leads you to wealth you never dreamed possible. Remember, knowledge isn't just power, it's profit. You're not just collecting coins, you're collecting opportunities. What if I told you that a single penny, yes, a 1-cent coin, sitting in your drawer, could be worth nearly $1 million today? Would you laugh? Would you check your coin jar? Or would you scroll past this video and miss the opportunity of a lifetime? Because today, we're diving into the mysterious and jaw-dropping story of the 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent coin, a penny that's turning ordinary Americans into millionaires. Let's be honest, when's the last time you got excited about a penny? Probably when you were 8 and found one stuck in the couch. But this is no ordinary penny. One of these coins recently sold for an unbelievable $943,000. Yes, $943,000, and more may be lurking in your home right now. What if you've been throwing away your shot at a wealthy lifestyle without even realizing it? Today, I'm going to show you why this coin is so valuable, what to look for, and how you can sell it for top dollar. And trust me, you'll want to stay until the end, because I'll reveal one tiny detail that could make the difference between a coin worth a cent and one worth nearly $1 million. Let's start with the basics. The 1994 Lincoln penny. It features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln on the front, with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Pretty standard, right? But here's the twist. This particular coin has no mint mark. Most pennies from 1994 were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. Normally, they carry a small letter near the date, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, S for San Francisco. But a 1994 penny without any mint mark at all? That's not supposed to happen. And that is where things get interesting. Because in the world of coin collecting, a minting error is like striking gold, especially when it's this rare. But what makes this coin nearly $1 million jackpot? The answer will blow your mind. In 2023, a retired postal worker in Ohio found one of these in his old coin collection. He almost spent it on a soda until something told him to double-check. He listed it for auction, and after a bidding war, it sold for $943,000. So yeah, that soda would have cost him almost $1 million. Talk about an expensive drink. So what should you be looking for? A 1994 penny with no mint mark beneath the year. Crisp, clean details, this adds collector value. Copper color instead of the newer zinc appearance. Check for doubling on the date or letters, this double die error increases value. And finally, a strange smoothness or off-center strike. That could mean it's a rare planchet error worth even more. If you find a penny that matches even one of these signs, don't spend it. Don't clean it. Don't toss it back in the jar. Because you could be holding a coin worth more than some luxury homes. And here's the wild part. There's a rumor among collectors that an even rarer variation of this coin exists, worth well over $1 million. If you're like most people, you've probably had jars of coins sitting untouched for years. You've moved them from house to house. But now, it's time to look closer. This isn't just about coins. It's about unlocking the wealth you already own, without even knowing it. Imagine paying off your debts, traveling first class, or retiring early because of a penny you forgot you had. That's not just a dream. It's happening to everyday Americans who took the time to check their change. But here's the thing. These coins are being found and bought up fast. Every year, fewer and fewer remain in circulation. The window is closing, and you don't want to be the person who finds out after it's too late. And remember that rarer variation I mentioned? A handful of experts believe there's a 1994 penny struck on a silver planchet. A mistake so rare, only one or two may exist in the world. Could one be hiding in your home? Hit that like button if you're going to check your coins tonight. Subscribe so you don't miss our next video, where I reveal the top 3 pennies worth over $1 million in 2024. You've been sitting on change, but now it's time to change your life. Imagine finding a single penny in your change jar. That could pay off your mortgage, buy your dream car, or even launch your retirement dream early. Because there's a 2002 Lincoln penny with no mint mark that recently shook collectors and investors alike, fetching a jaw-dropping $854,000 in a private auction. And believe it or not, there might be one sitting in your home right now. But here's the kicker. Most people have no idea what they're holding. So if you're between the ages of 30 and 65, and you've ever wondered if that jar of old coins could change your life, this is the video you need to watch. In 2002, billions of Lincoln cents were minted. Most were ordinary, mass-produced, and virtually worthless. But a rare few came out differently. No mint mark, unusual colorations, slight misalignments, and these imperfections? They're what turned trash into treasure. One gentleman in Ohio was going through his late father's coin collection, a shoebox full of pennies. Most looked average, but one stood out, a 2002 penny with no mint mark. He almost threw it away, but something told him to dig deeper. That worthless penny sold for $854,000. Now, let's break this story down, because if you're sitting on similar coins, this could be you. You ever find a random coin under the couch cushion and think, great, I'm 1 cent richer? Well, maybe next time think, did I just sit on 6 figures? Crazy, right? Let's keep going. So what makes this 2002 no mint mark Lincoln cent so valuable? No mint mark. Most 2002 pennies were minted in Philadelphia, no mark, or Denver with a D. But certain no mint versions show anomalies that make them one of a kind. Striking errors. Some rare versions show double die errors, where the image looks slightly duplicated, color and luster. Red pennies, in pristine condition, are valued much higher than brown ones. Grading condition. A high-grade MS 68 RD version is practically flawless. That's the jackpot. Rarity, demand, and pristine condition equals life-changing value. And this is where the urgency kicks in. There are rumors that more of these coins exist, still unaccounted for. Collectors are actively scouring eBay, estate sales, and coin dealers. So if you wait too long, you might be trying to sell your rare coin. After the frenzy is already over, you might be thinking, this is cool, but what are the chances my penny is worth that much? What are the chances of winning the lottery without even checking your ticket? Because if you're not looking, you'll never know. Someone else might find it first. All right, now that you know this isn't just another coin, here's what to do right now. Check every 2002 penny you find. No mint mark? Good. Flip it under a bright light. Check for extra shine, detail, and color. Use a magnifying glass. Look at Liberty and the date. If they look slightly doubled, bingo. Don't clean it. Don't drop it. Handle it with gloves. Take photos and store it in a coin sleeve or flip. Send it to PCGS or NGC. A good grade is the golden ticket. MS 65 and above is where values explode. Private collectors, high-end auctions, or certified coin dealers. Know your worth and don't rush the sale. Before we wrap, let me leave you with this. One viewer messaged us last month. They found a 2002 penny exactly like this. They followed our steps. Sent it in for grading. They're now in talks with a buyer for over $600,000. Make sure you're subscribed, because next week we'll reveal exactly what happened, what the buyer offered, and how that one coin completely changed their life. You're not just holding a penny. You could be holding the first chapter of your new life story, one where you say goodbye to financial stress and hello to possibility. So stop letting your wealth hide in plain sight, because your $1 million coin could be closer than you think. Imagine this. You're holding a simple copper coin, one that's been tossed in drawers, passed through pockets, maybe even forgotten in a jar somewhere in your home. But what if I told you that very penny could be worth over $765,000 right now? That's not a typo. That's a 7, 6, 5, and 3 zeros. And to think, your ex left with your heart. But maybe you got the better deal with the coin jar. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most undervalued yet shockingly profitable coins in American history. The 2011 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent coin. Yes, 2011, not 1911. And yes, a penny. Stick with me, because I'll reveal why this modern coin is commanding luxury home prices at auctions, and how to know if you might have one in your possession right now. So, how does a 2011 penny, a coin you've likely used to scratch a lottery ticket, end up worth more than most people's retirement savings? Let's talk about the D Mint mark. This indicates the penny was minted in Denver. In 2011, billions were made, but a tiny batch had errors so rare they became instant collector's gold. We're talking about double die obverse, where Lincoln's face, letters, or dates appear slightly duplicated. These aren't mistakes. They're money printing miracles. Kind of like that time you tried making pancakes and ended up with a Picasso. Except this is actually worth something. The most valuable 2011 D penny sold in private auction for a jaw-dropping $765,000. That wasn't a fluke. Several others have reached six figures because of these microscopic minting errors. Coin values are skyrocketing. In times of economic uncertainty, collectors double down. Nostalgia meets investment, and a seemingly worthless coin becomes a golden ticket. This is your window, right now, before more people discover what's hiding in their change jars. Just imagine explaining to your kids that you paid off the mortgage with a penny. Who's the broke boomer now? Now you're probably asking, how do I know if I have the penny? Check for the D mark just below the date. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to examine Lincoln's face, the word Liberty, and the numbers in the date. Look for slight doubling or unusual spacing. These are signs of minting errors.
No cleaning.
Ever. Kills the value faster than bad credit. Coming up, I'll tell you exactly where to go to get this penny appraised without getting ripped off, and the biggest mistake most people make when they sell. You might have thought your wealth was in real estate, in stocks, but maybe it's been hiding in plain sight. Quiet, humble, copper-coated. Take inventory of your coins, especially any 2011 pennies with the D mark. Get a second opinion. Use certified numismatists or coin grading services like PCGS or NGC. Monitor auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stax Bowers. They specialize in rare coins and they pay top dollar. And if your spouse told you your coin collection was pointless, well, let's just say you'll be the one laughing all the way to the auction house. You're not just collecting coins, you're collecting options. Freedom, legacy, one penny at a time. And don't go anywhere, because in our next video, I'll expose the 2006 penny that's secretly worth over $500,000 and the insane story behind it. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss your million-dollar moment. Your coin jar could be your ticket to the life you've always dreamed of. Don't let it sit there 1 second longer. Hit that subscribe button, and let's unlock the fortune in your fingertips. Because the difference between pocket change and life change is knowing what to look for. What if I told you that a simple copper-colored coin lying forgotten in your kitchen drawer could be worth nearly $1 million? Yes, you heard that right. The 2017 D Lincoln penny, a coin minted just a few years ago, is shaking the collector's world, with one rare specimen commanding a jaw-dropping $965,000 in the current market. Still think that penny in your pocket is worthless? Think again. Because in the next 10 minutes, you'll discover why your old change might just change your life. Let's be honest. Most of us see pennies as pocket clutter. They end up in ashtrays, jars, or worse, vacuumed off the car floor. But here's a truth that most people overlook. Not all pennies are created equal. Especially the 2017 D Lincoln cent minted in Denver, this coin was part of a standard production batch. But what happened next turned a humble penny into a golden opportunity. When was the last time you checked a penny before tossing it in the tip jar? Yesterday? Never? Yeah, me too. Until now. So what makes this coin different? It's not about how many were minted, but how rare a specific variation turned out to be. Collectors uncovered a microscopic minting error, a double die reverse with crisp doubling on the Lincoln Memorial columns and inscriptions. Barely visible to the naked eye, but pure gold to a trained one. And that's where things started to heat up. A retired truck driver in Texas decides to clean out his coin jar. He notices something slightly off about 1 penny, takes it to a local coin dealer. A few days later, it's graded, authenticated, and sold at an auction $4.965. 000. Let that sink in. A penny, less than $1, sold for nearly $1 million because it had that rare error, one that only a handful of 2017 Lincoln pennies possess. This isn't just a story about coins, it's about opportunity, hidden wealth. The kind of hidden wealth you might already own without even knowing it. Look, if I had a nickel for every time someone overlooked $1 million penny, I'd probably still be broke. But if I had the penny, you know where I'm going, Hawaii, baby. But here's where the story twists. Most people don't recognize these coins. They spend them, lose them, or worse, throw them away. And that, my friend, is where fear creeps in. Because right now, as you watch this video, you might have already owned one, that you might have already lost it. So how do you avoid missing out again? How do you know if you have $1 million penny? Check your 2017 pennies. Look just below the date for that tiny D mint mark. Use a magnifying glass or loupe to inspect for doubling on the reverse, specifically the Lincoln Memorial or the inscriptions. If anything looks off, don't guess. Get it authenticated by a trusted coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. And here's the kicker, the current market is red hot. Buyers are actively hunting for this coin, driving its value higher every quarter. We're talking verified sales. Real money, not hype. But the window is closing. As more people learn about this coin, fewer untouched examples remain. The longer you wait, the smaller your chance becomes. Would you rather be the one who found it, or the one who hears about someone else who did? In our next video, we'll expose 3 more coins from the last 2 decades that could be hiding in your home and are worth over 6 figures each. One of them? You've probably already spent this week. You've seen the truth. A single penny changed someone's life. And now it could be your turn. Subscribe if you're ready to unlock your coin wealth. Like this video if you're checking your pennies tonight. Drop a comment if you found anything unusual. We might just feature it in the next episode.